Watching and Dreaming is the third and final extended special of the Owl House and last episode of it entirely. In it, Luce has to deal with the Collector. Shenanigans ensue. If you put all of Season three's titles together, it spells out, "Thanks for watching." The episode begins right at the end of For the Future, and everyone gets captured. Luce goes for a portal and wakes up dressed like Bellows, and in Bellows' palace. And the logo flashes his blue eyes. You can even see on the stained glass the photo change to Luce. And in the big pit outside, you see a bunch of petrified characters like Morton, Derwin, Maddie, Basha, and Principal B. With Basha and Maddie in their Season 1 outfits, and we see the Blight family and Tiny Nose, Amber, Katya, Steve, and even Tibbles. But then we see Amity, and she's not petrified, but she has her Season 3 hair and Season 1 and 2 casual wear. Ida wakes up in the conformatorium. Willow has her Season 1 outfit, but her short hair from last episode, but it is dyed back to bluish black, and now fully blindel with blood. All of which representing Ida's greatest fear of being captured and all the pain she caused to her family. Keen's greatest fear is dealing with the Titan Hunters from Edge of the World. Even Bill returns, now with creepypasta, blacked out eyes. And it's super weird hearing Alex Hirsch say Bill. Luce finds Willow in a forest, which is her mindscape from the episode Understanding Willow. Willow's in her Hexite uniform, but she has her Season 3 hair and glasses. Then Luce finds Gus in his Grom outfit, but he's still taller and older, performing to a crowd of people in their Season 1 attire. And finally Hunter with his longer hair from last episode, but in his casual wear from Season 2, staring at a giant cracked flapjack statue. All of which is representing Luce's fear that she's becoming more like Bellows, and she feels guilty for causing Bellows to find the Collector, and that everyone doesn't get what they want, but she does. The scene is very effective at calling out Luce, and it does make you feel for her. Which, yeah, it's all an illusion by the Collector, which she figures out because Amity says she challenges her to a witch's battle. But we all know that's a witch's duel from Convention. And because of that terminology, she snaps out of it, realizes what's going on, and she literally sees the light. She appears on a giant Rubik's Cube in space, surrounded by a bunch of toys and one of those Collector moon disc things and a wooden Titan. So yeah, the Collector finally got around to collecting the Titan Trappers, as well as Lilith. Luce snaps them out of the illusion, and it's really cute seeing them back together. The Collector calls Rain Ray Ray. And this is the moment where Bellows in Rain's body realizes that Keen was a Titan this entire time. Clawthorne fam summarizes what happened in the last two episodes, but then the Collector shows up to make them play Pac-Man, then Giant Marbles, then Jenga. But then the Collector starts feeling down about this, and reveals to Luce that they really are just a sad, lonely kid, and they explain their backstory. That the archivists, their brothers, send them to the Borean Isles to play with the Titans. Their backstory of which was hinted at last episode in the Collector's Hall's paintings. Clearer versions of the photos were uploaded shortly after I was done with my video, which I'm not salty about at all. The Collector actually liked hanging out with the Titans. But the archivists feared the power of the Titans, so started the Titan Hunters. I guess sometime during this, the Collector tried collecting the Albies, which is not freaking out being next to the Collector because no time. Then the Boiling Isles Titan hid Keen away, trapped the Collector, and I guess the Titan Hunters got to him. And the Collector just really wants Keen to be his friend, which the Owl crew can really relate to.
What do you know?
We know what it's like to feel alone.
And abandoned.
And misunderstood. Hey, what if we showed you how we became friends?
Ray Ray makes it to Bellows' palace. Someone wrote on the wall, "Liar." And I think this says, "Savor my man for you." This one says, "I'm done," which is what Dana said to Disney. They make it to the throne room, and we haven't saw the heart of the Titan since Season 1. And it says "Liar" in the corner. Rain breaks their violin to try and stop Bellows, but it doesn't work and they possess the heart. Amity manages to break free from the puppeting and sets everyone else free. You can see in the background the different puppets of the Coven heads and a few teachers, even Lilith, Bill, and Steve. Luce, Keen, and Ida take the Collector to the Owl House, which is Ida's first time seeing it in a while, and they decide to tell the tale about the Owl House. Luce has some photos from Witches Before Wizards, Luce's presentation from First Day, Gus and Willow in Agony of a Witch, Regby from Winged Like Witches, as well as the Grom photo, and I think this other photo from Grom. They take the Collector to Grudgeby Field.
Did you know Lilith was her captain?
Really? Now that's a spin-off I'd watch.
Stop tasing me and just give me the spinoff. The Collector traumatizes Maddie, Gerbo, and Moon Girl. The group then heads to Denis to reference Adventures in the Elements, where Luce learned the ice spell, which the Collector says a baby could do, again referencing Adventures in the Elements. Tiny Nose gets kicked out of a mouse hole by a mouse, referencing the intruder. Several Coven Scouts are squatting in Eclipse Lake. I think this location's Latissa, and Bellows becomes a kaiju. The Collector tries giving some kindness and forgiveness to Bellows and hugs him, which is probably a dig at Steven Universe's future, which ended with just hugging a kaiju into forgiveness and kindness. But here it doesn't work.
But I thought I was doing the right thing! No, you did good, Collector. But this is a little more complicated.
It's actually a really good moral for kids. You should definitely try to give people kindness and forgiveness, but sometimes it's complicated and people don't always deserve it. But then, oh boy.
What's happening? Ida, King, looks like we're gonna be split up again. I feel like I should be used to this feeling by now, but I still don't know what to say.
This is honestly a really tragic scene in the episode, especially when the lights fly over to Amity. Camilla, even in puppet form, sheds a knowing tear, and the Collector doesn't really understand what's going on. I honestly did start tearing up at this. Keen and Ida go feral, but then Luce manifests in the space between spaces and is saved by the Titan of the Borean Isles, who has a hooty worm coming out of his eye for reasons that we actually did saw last episode in the sky. Papa Titan wearing robes, a Batgirl Coven shirt, and some pajama bottoms with glyphs on it, which I really wish Disney would sell. And for some reason, Papa Titan is played by Aaron from Game Grumps. They referred to themselves as King and Queen, best of both things, which is what King called themselves after they stole the Grom crown in Grom, which is probably implying they asexually reproduced to make King. And they also note they've been watching King this entire time. We see a clip of Lying Witch, Really Small Problems, and Cloud on the horizon. Papa Titan assures that Luce isn't becoming Bellows. All three of them did do bad things for what they think is good reason, but with Bellows, he's mostly wanting to be the hero of his own tale. And also Bellows has done far worse. So Papa Titan gives Luce some of their power before Bellows completely possesses their body. And we can actually see a full glimpse at the Titan, which looks super badass. But also, the Titan bones are very weird. Side by side, he's got 4 finger bones and a thumb, but only actually 2 fingers and a thumb, and it's already kind of a paw, some shoulder spikes, lower jaw, which seems to be entirely encased in hair, and the bottom horns are jutting forward on the giant skeleton, but on Alive Papa, they are jutting backwards. Titan bones are weird. Also, blue eye, orange eye, skeleton, sands. The music in this part kind of sounds like One Wing Angel from Final Fantasy VII. Might just be me. The Owl Beast now has 3 rows of wings. The rest of the team using glyphs tries to get the puppets out of the palace, and Luce returns in a Titan form. I love this design so much. It looks so cool. And she's got the puffy clawthorn hair and Harpy Ida's eyes. Wait a minute, this was foreshadowed in Once Upon a Swap. The team regroups and fights Bellows. This is honestly a beautiful fight scene. The animation is so buttery smooth, and I love seeing all 3 of them working together so well. The Bellows fungus becomes new red grass, but he's starting to take more control as he lifts one of the arms in the air. And we can see even more land masses than just the Borean Isles from here. Look at this guy over here. They reference where magic comes from in the heart, referencing the intruder again, which is where Luce thought magic came from at first. Ida kisses Rain, and Luce literally rips Bellows out of the heart, and does the "do not underestimate me" quote again. Bellows turns back into Philip and says that he was cursed by evil magic and it's all good now. Which is kind of true. As we can see in Bellos' memories in Hollow Mind, which Rebecca Rose recently posted the clearer versions of those photos. But Luz isn't buying it and realizes that Bellos is way past redemption, so lets him dissolve into boiling rain from the intruder. Blech! Then Rain with their mullet, Keen, and Ida stomp him into the grass, finally killing him. Luz gives up her powers and the Titan rests in peace. Oh, that's a shame she didn't get witch ears with it. Oh, that's a shame she doesn't get to keep the hair. And Papa Titan's message to Keen is, I loaf you. Bread pun. Well, now one of their arms is completely vertical, so that's going to be awkward for the people who used to live there. The Collector starts unpuppeting everyone, and everyone's reunited. Oh, I was wrong, Bells didn't kill Odalia, but they're still out of the family. Willow's dad's kiss. Principal B and his huge hair returns to the school. This building says, Leave me danger, with a paw print. Tibbles is still alive. Tara, Adrian, and the Potion Coven head eye Bells' throne, but Darius stops them. Coven scowl with a mouse's tail and a new green one, and we see them all unmasked, with Steve and the bats. Cuddles! Lumity kiss. Loses 2 moms meet, yesified Hootie, and the Collector decides to return to the stars, and Keen gives him Francois. Downside, because the Titan is now dead, the glyphs don't work. But Luz has a whole new story to tell. Cut several years later, we see a really cool Azura statue. Luz places it in a box with the rest of the Azura books, Ida's jacket, the scroll, a Tamagotchi, and the Grom crown. Because it's moving day for Luz. Because she's been accepted, and you see an L plus A carving in their desk. Dorm room 406B1. Moving date October 21st. To buy a laptop, sheets, laundry bin, and umbrella. A buy heart pen. Luz and V graduated high school. Luz has a writing scholarship by Dana Terrace. Photo of Hootie getting snacks. V conquering her fear and dealing with giraffes. A+, whoa! A poly pen from Amphibia, giving us one last reference to Amphibia. That and a fake out yet still tragic death of the main character where they turn into their most recognizable symbol and blow away in the wind, and then have a super power-up form that I wish was in more of the show, and then at the very end a cut to the not-too-distant future. Damn it. And we see a photo of Grom with Luz, Keen, and Ida. Ida and Camilla getting hammered on apple blood. The emerald entrails from Any Sport in a Storm. A photo of Luz and Amity looking at shooting stars. A light glyph, Hootie, Keen, and Ida playing baseball. And a new Grom photo with V and Hunter. Glad that they finally got to go. Camilla says in Spanish, with subtitles, There you are. Can you help me wrap these Maduros? Camilla looks the same, just her hair is a little grayer. You can also see a string bead nest up here. And Luz has a new design, and I absolutely adore this. She's got a new piercing on one ear, she's got Amity's necklace, she's got the Pilot Beta shirt, she's got a string bean shirt on top of that, she's got yellow pants with different Coven patches on it, and she's got heavier eyeliner like her Titan form. This is honestly probably my new favorite design for Luz. Also, she was accepted into the University of Wild Magic on the Bolian Isles. Classes include Ancient Glyphs and Combos, B1 History, Boiling Isles History, Boiling Biology, Thermometry, Abomination Engineering, Curses 101, and etc. V has somehow defied all logic and has become even cuter with longer hair and a nose and ear piercing. On a wall behind her, you can see her and Luz having a baseball game from earlier, as well as String Bean in a pumpkin costume. V's shirt has a half-Earth with a Titan skull. The old cabin has now officially been property owned to the Nicetas, and the Collector used their magic to create a permanent portal door. The credits fly over the Blind Isles. The arm is still up there, and you can see buildings have now been built up. Kind of amazed that the arm hasn't snapped off because nothing's holding it up. Willow in her fly derby gear, she's got new glasses and kind of loose looking hair. She looks really nice. Braxis and his braces has gone full Viney and has Beastkeeping and Healing colors. Hunter has finally got some sleep and no longer has bags. He works for Dell carving palisman now. Him and Will are still together. His new outfit is a very work casual gear, and I like his Home Depot apron. It has a bunch of Coven patches on it. He also has a new Mordecai palisman that Dana confirmed on Twitter is named Waffle. Alex Hirsch is credited as voicing Hootie, but Hootie does not speak in this episode. Flapjack Grave. Thank you for finding me, Hunter. C's been healing pretty good. Borden's looking good. Basha has peaked in high school and now she's only selling grudge beat gear instead of playing it. Also, she's got shorter hair now. A new museum's being built, Kiki's helping, and Maddie's growing a real mustache this time. Library Edition Museum blueprints include a glyph exhibit, space for student exhibit, must call bump. Hootie is the creator! Finally, Love gets to show off her Deadwardian balconies. Note to self, write to Flora to show off, catface. Hall of Titan research, discussion with maybe. Love's new design is very slay. I like her dark suit like her season 1 dress, the earring, the gold glasses, but I'm still kind of whatever with her having short hair. But I still like that it's orange. Amity flies in on an abomination blimp that is also a cat. I really like her D&D engineer outfit. Hello Grom-like tiara, and I love the hair. She gives the Titan bug to Lilith. You can actually see a cool ass tattooed on Maddie. Harpy Lilith! Scar's really cool design as she plays the harp to some kids. Oracle and healing for the wolf. The Cyclops is illusion and abomination. This Jade Harley looking girl is plant, bard, and beastkeeping, and this other one is plant and abomination. Barkus has become a teacher at Hexside. And this kid apparently is the profile picture of Rebecca Rose at the moment, so I'm guessing this is supposed to be them. Rebecca is abomination, potions, and beastkeeping. The former illusion teacher is now headmaster of the school, and the student is definitely Dana Terrace. They're Oracle and Beastkeeping. Bump has become the gardener, which now makes me think maybe Bump has a similar story to Willow and they were forced in the abomination track but they only wanted to do plant stuff. And after seeing how great she was with plant magic and I was a teenage abomination, he realized that Willow was in a similar situation that he was when he was a kid and decided to transfer her to the plant track. And now that the Coven system is gone, he can finally pursue his interest into plants. Also, he has a little hootie flower on his apron. Viney, Emera, and some other healing Coven guys work with Alador to remove the Coven patches. It's kind of implied that this kid, who was the first one we saw get branded with them, is the first successful removal, even though we saw Bump no longer had his. Darius very nearly kisses Alador, and we don't see Odalia for the rest of the episode, so he's totally open. This was all happening in Latissa. You can actually notice that the main crew all have flapjack tattoos, and Hunter's flap tat is where his Coven patch used to be. The Emperor Coven flags have been replaced by a new flag of greenish blue with a Titan skull on top and 2 snakes. Dr. Gerbo, wearing with their tear scars from Belos, the green of their jacket kind of clashes with the green of their hair. They got a new palisman, that's a fox. We see the beast from Adventures in the Elements, now with Cub. The Selkie Don is from Separate Tides. Belos' palace at the center of the Titan has been converted into the new college, and I think it's one giant Pallister wood. Edric and Batrick work there. He's definitely becoming Alador. He's got an illusion and plant student, a bard student, a healing and beastkeeping student, and a plant and beastkeeping student. The Galderstone Ruin guy cleaned up and is now a teacher here. And getting a closer look at the students' uniforms, they're basically like Hexside, but instead of the Coven sleeves, they have Coven cowls and hoods and belts. Farm guys, Beast, Potion, and Illusion. The pink dog horn thing is Healing, Illusion, and Abomination. And the bald guy with the glasses is Construction and Illusion. Gus also works here, teaching about the human realm. His students are Bard and Abomination, Oracle and Beastkeeping, Plant and Abomination, and Potion and Beastkeeping. I like his new design, he looks very casual. And yeah, his class is where V got their shirt from. Headmaster room has 2 basilisks just chilling there next to the bell. On the other side, a heart frame of Amity and Luz. Under that, a frame of Rain. On the door itself, it has a fake hootie, because the headmaster is Ida. Behind her, you see she decorated with her wanted poster, the family photo from last episode, and she's finally framed that photo of her and Lily from Winged Like Witches. I really like this Ida design. She's got her long hair back, and I love the dress. Plus, she definitely would get a hook hand. King Keen, his collar's been upgraded into a medallion that says KC on it for King Clawthorn. When do you think he's going to grow his wings? You also see his band-aid from his crack he got during Keen's Tide has now been replaced by just a collector star. and everyone's gathered together to celebrate Luce's quinceañera. And I love everyone's new design. They look so cool. Quinceañera is a play on quinceañera, which is basically the Spanish equivalent to a female bar mitzvah. Celebrating your daughter becoming an adult. Usually this happens on your 15th birthday, but due to Luz having to spend the last couple of years helping rebuild the bowling aisles, they're having it on her 18th. But they still have a piñata using the snaggleback. The Bat Queen's edgy kids now made an edgy dress for her. Neko Mouse is still alive, and they have an Azura cake. Steve has a mullet, and even the captain from Separate Tides show up. And if this is happening on Luce's birthday, that would mean she was born on August 21st, making her a Leo. Big mwah Lumity kiss. Keen draws a giant glyph, but he's still training and only makes a small little light glyph. Collector flies by with a really cool star effect that everyone admires. Dill has a monocle now, and Rain and Ida are wearing each other's earrings.
Ida, King, thank you for everything.
Right back at you, kiddo.
Weirdos?
Weirdos.
This is an amazing finale, just 10 jillion out of 10. It had me in tears of both sadness and joy throughout. It wraps up well, and we get to see these characters we love be happy and say bye. Maybe the Collector was a little easily defeated, and it is a lot like the Amphibia finale. But sometimes that's okay. And for real, I do feel a lot like Luz right now.
I still can't think of anything to say.
I've always been really bad at talking, and I've definitely said a bunch of stuff in these videos I probably should have said better, and I missed some stuff I probably should have mentioned. But I am ultimately satisfied that I actually got my thoughts out there. I started watching the Owl House thinking I would like it, and it turns out it's one of my favorite shows ever. I liked it so much I decided to do an episode-by-episode review about it. Kind of inspired by your guide to the Ventureverse and overanalyzing Avatar with Venture Bros and Avatar The Last Airbender respectively. I just really like the Owl House in similar veins as this and wanted to point out cool weird Easter eggs throughout each episode. Am I upset that the Owl House didn't get the respect it deserved and it should have got 6 seasons in a movie? Yes. Am I mad and take my anger out on people for having more success than the Owl House? No. What I am is in love with the Owl House. I love the backgrounds, I love the animation, I love the character designs, I love the story, I love the emotion, I love the action, I love the representation, I love the crew sticking with their vision even if Disney pushed them to not. I love the comedy, I love these characters, I love the setting, I love Dana Terrace for creating the Owl House, I love the Owl House, but more importantly, I love you all for putting up with me for talking about the gay magical owl show for way more than I should have. The only thing left to say is, bye!